Marjorie Taylor Greene made a string of wild comments at the New York Young Republicans Club. I've spent a lot of time in Manhattan, and I can tell you this, there are far better places to spend an evening than in a ballroom getting radicalized by the blonde meat swamp boasting about January 6th and protesting the sales of booty toys at Target.
I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, every single morning. I say the Pledge of Allegiance to my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old. In fact, they say them now, and they do so beautifully. And then I say the Lord's Prayer, and I say 2 other little family prayers that we have. And then I make them say something that's meaningful to them. I do this every single night at 7:45, no matter where I am in the world. If I can't be there, I'm doing it on FaceTime with my wife and kids. They see my and honestly, guys, that's how I live a clean, positive life.
You wake up at 4:30? What are you, delivering newspapers now? Get some sleep. Maybe you'll think straight. The guy boasting about a clean, positive life is an anti-democracy election denier who owns a vineyard so his makeup lab explosion survivor wife can mainline rosé while their kids bawl in the background. It is pouring MAGA tears. Marjorie Taylor Greene makes a Josh Hawley, attempting to run from her recent comments, but it's tough to sprint from statements when you have hammered spam cans for feet. Plus, the polls show DeSantis is crushing Donald Trump. By popular demand, I have a hilarious new genuine page from Lauren Boebert's book, Cover the Latest and Stupid, and more. The former Fox host, with more filters than a 7-Eleven coffee bar, tweeted, "You shouldn't have to stand in the sun for 4 hours to exercise your sacred right to vote. Unacceptable." Naturally, I replied, voting by mail is secure and verifiable and has been available to Arizona voters since 1992, but you instructed them to vote on the day and then cried MAGA tears because you lost and your Karens missed 4 hours of their much-needed time to harass the sample lady at Costco.
We cannot be part of thievery. And Lord, that which the people have done to try to steal this election shall come back upon their own heads. For now is the season and the hour for things to begin to shift and change as global freedom shall cover this earth.
God's so powerful, he needs you to close your eyes and go on television to talk to him. Your prayers aren't working.
By the way, you can pick up a butt plug or a dildo at Target and CVS nowadays. I don't even know how we got here. Sorry, you may still be finishing your dessert. I apologize. No, but this is the state that we're living in right now. And it's so weird.
I just wanted to eat my chocolate pudding and then she started talking about... MTG was in the sex aisle and she should have been in the socks aisle. So the person with multiple affairs is pretending to be bothered by convenient access to very popular bedroom things. You don't see her complaining when big box stores sell cigarettes and guns, but a dildo, whoa! Maybe she was just upset that they didn't carry the Mitch McConnell one or something shaped like Trump's hand, since she's used to being his puppet.
I come to Washington. I swear in on January 3rd. I get accused of giving insurrection tours, which I thought was hilarious because I couldn't even find the bathroom in the Capitol.
Oh, so that's why Trump did it in his pants. He had trouble with the signage as well. Come on, it's not hard to find a bathroom. We've all been in airports and hotels and figured this one out, Marjorie. Nice try.
Then January 6th happens, and next thing you know, I organized the whole thing along with Steve Bannon here. And I want to tell you something, if Steve Bannon and I had organized that, we would have won. Not to mention, it would have been armed.
You had a planning meeting and met with the Proud Boys.
Just finished with our meetings here at the White House this afternoon. We had a great planning session for our January 6th objection. We aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden and the Democrats. President Trump won by a landslide.
Yeah, there she is, just like the pipe bomber.
On Mayorkas's watch, more than 14,000 pounds of fentanyl. was seized in fiscal year 2022 at our southern border. That is an all-time record high.
Well, you can't say record high without giving a shout out to Don Jr. Lauren, if you're watching, here is the definition of seizure. Isn't it incredible when you're so dumb that you list achievements in the fail column?
Bump time. The Guilfoyle caboose runs rampant. Even Eric's had a go at Guilfoyle's misshaped bacon. Now Laura's all sick of it, and sores are coming out all over the place. Plasters are being secured to our bones. Because guess what, folks? So high. Ivanka, just sit on it.
See, that's the whole joke, isn't it? They say that whole thing was planned, and I'm like, are you kidding me? A bunch of conservatives, Second Amendment supporters went in the Capitol without guns, and they think that we organized that? I don't think so.
They were armed with a variety of weapons, stun guns, pepper spray, baseball bats, and even used flagpoles as clubs. Oath Keepers member Terry Cummings testified that a lot of firearms cases were in the hotel room when he dropped off his weapon at a Comfort Inn in Arlington, Virginia on January 5th, 2021. I had not seen that many weapons in one location since I was in the military, Cummings said. Prosecutors allege that the stockpile, which they have called a Quick Reaction Force, or QRF, had been staged as part of a plan to oppose the peaceful transfer of power. The major thing here is that she's saying she wished she could have done even more. If we're up to Q Karen, every one-tooth moron would have made it in with an AR-15. These people don't want democracy and they don't want freedom. A new poll shows Ron DeSantis at 56% with Donald Trump at just 33%. The right wing's options are so bad and it's hilarious. This is like going to a restaurant with a 2-item menu, so it's either going to be Lauren Boebert's rancid sliders or a half-eaten hamburger served on a wall. Ultimately, I'm not huge on polls because when I was younger, I had a job at a research company and I found that the people who were willing to answer your survey were the ones you spend most of your life trying to avoid. I don't care though if this poll is accurate. What matters is it will bother Trump, and that's going to cause more destruction within the party of crazies. For those new to the show, I'm glad you found me. Thank you. For several months, I've been reading a genuine page from Lauren Boebert's book. I do this once a week, and it's been pretty wild. Let's get back to it. Jason, with the Y, had cleaned most of the belly bits from his scruff and managed to score 4 gallons of hot sauce, but he refused to tell me where he got them. I'm sure I could get it out of this big guy, but his secrecy makes me tingle down there like my mouth in a game of Lick the 9-volt. If you're bored and you have one of these in the ceiling that makes loud noise when you forget a pizza in the oven, save your darn ears and have a little free fun with your tongue. My Hub's Mystery Man stuff makes me swoon, whether it's a case of genuine hot sauce out of nowhere or a case of whodunit sores after that golf weekend in Tampa. This Colorado Wildcat was impressed, though I was a bit upset that I never got that little bottle of fake CK1 like he said he would. He just handed me a box with a French tickler and raised his eyebrows. Well, he tried to. A few months ago, we found a tattoo guy who also did Botox out of a camper van, and Jason's worked a little too well and not at all at the same time. Let's just say his forehead's broken, and that's why he wears a cowboy hat. Still, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited at the prospect of some vending machine couples hot stuff that would go well with my France-made outfit from China. Our plan was to open the tub and put all the sauce on the meat and then shut her down. Jason called this a pump and dump, and I was all for it. With every gallon of hot sauce at the ready, we agreed that we could go from 5 and then lift the lid on the stink meat and pour it all in. We locked eyes and went for it. 5, we shouted in unison, but then I said 4, and Jason shouted 6. He was counting up from 5, and I was trying to count the other way. We abandoned the numbers like a crashed Jeep after a 6-pack of Coors, and I just started pouring. Glug by glug, the stink meat got the heat, and we were gonna be safe. I knew these were going to sell out, so I began building our orders in advance. I may have gotten fired from McDonald's for throwing a milkshake in a senior's face, but that doesn't mean this girl didn't pick up a few moves while I worked there. I have what you can't buy, folks, and that's hustle. Tongs slow you down. So I just got in there with scoops of hot sauce, mashed stink meat, and piled it onto the buns while Jason readied his blue balls of tinted rice. I wasn't about to waste our time explaining to our customers that the color was from Jason's genes. So instead, I turned this into a blessing from God. I got a Sharpie and made us a sign. Morning hot barbecue pork sliders with back the blue rice. If there's one thing I know, it's that pretending to love the Donut Squad will get the people on your side. I taped it to the life-size cardboard cutout of Donald Trump's kid-size hand and adjusted my rattlesnake bikini. Ready for business. It was like a fairy tale. I hope you enjoyed this genuinely hilarious page from Low Rent Booze Burp's latest book. If you have, please let me know in the comments and I'll consider reading another page in the near future. Thank you. Mike Lindell is fighting for our God and country, and you are busy mocking what many consider to be a true American knight. MAGA tears. Did not laugh. Wokes can't jokes. MAGA tears. I would not do this guy if he had a full head of hair and a red Porsche car. MAGA tears. I love my country. I respect your ignorant, unfunny trash talk, but the lies here are very unconvincing. MAGA tears. Thanks so much for watching. Help me out by sharing this video or posting it on your social media and following me on mine. It costs you nothing and makes a huge difference for me. I am a one-man show here, from script to screen, the editing, even the graphics. So if you can afford to, please throw me a tip with the easy PayPal link or smash that super thanks button, and be sure to check out my mugs and stickers that go great with those MAGA tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries and have toured with Jim Jefferies for several years. I have 3 albums. You can stream them on Spotify, Apple Music, or catch them on SiriusXM. Thanks for watching. Life's short. Be cool, be kind, take care.